It is 11 p.m., your yard is dark, and somewhere out there a bird is still singing. Most people hear it, roll over, and assume something is wrong with it. What is actually happening is one of the most deliberate things a bird can do. Welcome back to Curious Beaks. Subscribe before you leave, because what you are about to learn changes the way you hear your yard after dark. Stay until the end, because the last thing we cover explains why that final song of the night is the most calculated moment in that bird's entire day. Number 1. The bird that sings all night because it has nothing to lose. If you have ever been kept awake by a bird running through what sounds like every song it has ever heard, repeating each one 3 or 4 times before moving on to the next, that was almost certainly a northern mockingbird. And if it was singing after midnight, there is one specific thing you can know about it with near certainty. It does not have a mate. Cornell Lab of Ornithology confirms it directly. Only unmated male mockingbirds sing at night. The moment a male pairs with a female, the night singing stops. The song's job is done. But an unmated male has no reason to stop, and every reason to keep going. A single male can produce up to 200 different songs across his lifetime, and researchers have documented one bird delivering 465 separate songs in just 26 minutes, switching sounds every few seconds without pause. His song can travel more than a quarter mile in still night air, reaching dozens of other territories at once. This is not random noise. Female mockingbirds choose mates based on song variety. The more songs a male knows, the stronger the signal he sends about his age, health, and experience. A male singing at midnight in your yard is running the only strategy he has left. He is broadcasting everything he knows to every female within earshot, hoping one of them is listening. If no female responds before the season ends, he will abandon the territory entirely and try somewhere else. The night song is not chaos. It is urgency. Number 2. Why your porch light is making your robins sing at 2 a.m. The American robin has some of the most light-sensitive eyes of any common backyard bird. That sensitivity is what makes robins the first birds singing before dawn and the last to go quiet at dusk. It is also what makes them one of the most vulnerable birds to something you probably have not thought much about: your outdoor lights. Researchers at the University of Sheffield studied robins across an entire city and found one thing predicted nighttime singing more than anything else. Not the season. Not the temperature. Not the time of year. It was proximity to artificial light. Robins near bright streetlights sang at night. Robins in darker areas did not. The relationship was direct and measurable. A robin sitting in a tree under your porch light at 2 a.m. is not sick or confused. Its biology is doing exactly what it was built to do. It has detected enough light and it has started singing. The problem is that it is the middle of the night. There is a second reason urban robins push into the dark. Cities are loud during the day. On a busy street, a robin's song may only carry 60 meters instead of the 200 meters it would travel in a quiet area. A female that cannot hear the song clearly cannot evaluate the singer. So robins shift. They wait for the quiet window that the night provides and they use it. What sounds like a bird that has lost track of time is actually a bird making a very calculated trade. Your light broke its clock. The quiet night gave it the only clear broadcast window it had left. Number 3. The song that is actually a fence. Not every bird singing at night is chasing a mate. Some of them are protecting something they already have. A bird's territory does not defend itself after dark. A rival does not stop being a rival just because the sun went down. And for some species, a song delivered in the dark is cheaper and safer than a physical confrontation in the morning. 2 territorial owls trading calls across a yard are not just making noise. They are drawing a line in the air between them. Each call is a statement of presence, and each response is an acknowledgement of where the boundary sits. It is a negotiation happening in real time, and it costs each bird almost nothing compared to an actual fight. The same principle applies to smaller birds. A bird singing from the same branch or the same fence post every night at the same hour is not lost. It is reinforcing ownership of a specific patch, reminding every other bird in range that this space is taken. Night is actually a better time to do this than day. Sound carries farther after dark. The air is cooler and denser, and there is less background noise competing with the signal. A song that reaches 60 meters in afternoon traffic might travel 3 times that distance at 11 p.m. in a quiet yard. The bird that figured this out is using physics the same way a person might send an important message when they know the other person is finally paying attention. Number 4. The bird that runs its entire life on moonlight. There is one bird that might be calling from the edge of your yard on a warm spring or summer night that most people have heard but few have ever actually seen. The eastern whippoorwill is one of the only truly nocturnal singers that regularly lives near human homes, and the way it uses the night is unlike anything else in your yard. The male's call is both a territorial claim and a mating signal at the same time, delivered in a loop so tight that one observer once counted 1,088 calls in a row without a single pause between them. But what makes the whippoorwill unlike almost any other bird is what controls its behavior. Not daylight. Not temperature. The moon. These birds time nearly everything around the lunar cycle. They sing louder and longer under a full moon because more moonlight means more flying insects, and more insects means better hunting. Researchers documented a whippoorwill during a late summer total lunar eclipse that stopped calling the moment the moon went dark and started again the instant the light returned. Its entire internal schedule is written in moonlight. They even time their eggs to hatch around the full moon so that the chicks arrive exactly when parents can hunt most effectively. The whippoorwill calling near your yard on a bright May night is not just filling the dark with sound. It is operating on a schedule millions of years older than your neighborhood, one that the moon still keeps perfectly. Number 5. Why the last song is the most deliberate one. There is something specific about the bird that is still singing after every other bird has gone quiet. It is not falling behind. It is stepping into a space the others left open. Research on urban birds shows they actively time their singing to low-noise windows. The bird that goes last has the acoustic field entirely to itself. Its song faces no competition. It carries farther. It is more likely to be heard clearly by every bird within range. Whether the motivation is finding a mate, holding a territory, or simply being the loudest voice left standing, singing last is a strategy. It is the bird equivalent of waiting for the room to go quiet before you say the thing that matters. Your yard controls more of this than you might realize. The brightness of your outdoor lights determines whether your robin follows the sun or your porch lamp. The noise level of your street determines whether your birds push their singing into the night or not. The shrubs, the nest boxes, the dark patches of your yard where no light reaches, all of it shapes which birds feel safe enough to stay and which ones leave before dark. A yard with less artificial light does not just look more natural. It gives your birds back the clock they were built to run on. The next time you hear that single voice still going after everything else has gone quiet, you will know it is not a mistake. That bird chose this moment. It is singing into the only window it has, for the highest stakes it faces, in the quietest room it is ever going to get. It picked your yard. It picked this hour. And now you know exactly why. Tell me in the comments, have you ever heard a bird singing in your yard late at night and had no idea what it was? Tell me what you heard and when. I read every single one. I will see you in the next one.